The headlines: EFCC admits Yahya Bello's co-defendant to bail, seeks adjournment to November 27th. Troops repelled reprisal attacks on Taraba community. Humanitarian crisis in Bayelsa worsens as victims await government assistance days after flooding. And on the international scene, DR Congo Festival for Peace called off for security reasons. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us on the details. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has requested an adjournment of in the new case against the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, stating that the 30-day window for the previously issued summons is still active. This commission has granted administrative bail to his co-defendant, Omar Oricha and Abdusalami Hudu, and asked the court for an extension of time for Bello to appear. At the resumed hearing before Justice Marian Aneni of the Federal Capital Territory High Court Abuja, EFCC counsel Jamil Agoro noted that the court's order from October 3rd had not yet expired. Counsel to the second defendant, Aliyu Seiki SAN, confirmed that his client had been granted administrative bail by the prosecution and had no objection to the adjournment request. The third defendant's counsel, Z. Abbas, concurred. After hearing from all counsels, the judge granted the EFCC's application for adjournment and the issuance of the hearing notice. Justice Aneni then adjourned the case to November 27th for arraignment. Social media influencer Vincent Otse, also known as Very Dark Man, the VDM, was at the Lagos High Court sitting in Ikeja for the hearing of the defamation suit brought against him by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, and his son, Folarin, popularly known as Falz. The case could not proceed because most of the applications filed by the parties are not yet in court file. Hence, the court had to adjourn the hearing to January 23rd. On October 14th, Justice Matthias Dawudu, while ruling on an ex parte application for an order of interim and preemptive remedy brought by the FALANAS, held that they have legal rights to be protected from being slandered. The FALANAS had dragged the defendant before the court in separate suits, claiming 500 million naira each as damages over a video he posted on his social media platforms, alleging that they collected 10 million naira from Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky, to pervert the course of justice. In response, VDM has applied to the court for leave to appeal the ruling. He also submitted that a refusal by the court would amount to a miscarriage of justice, as the case involves significant legal questions that merit further review. On security matters, troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 Operation Well Punch have successfully repelled a reprisal attacks launched by gunmen, where 12 suspected kidnappers arrested few days ago on Chachengi village and its environs in Takum local government area of Taraba State. Spokesperson of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army in Jalingo, Captain Oni Olubodunde, said the gunman launched the attack during early hours of Wednesday. Also, he said the attack followed the arrest of 12 suspected, the attack followed the arrest of 12 suspected bandits and the seizure of 14 motorcycles and a local fabricated pistol during a coordinated operation by one troops on 6th November of 2024, 9th November of 2024 in the area. Captain Oni explained that the remaining members of the criminal group launched an attempt to retaliate against Chachengi village over the arrest of 12 of their gang members. According to the army spokesperson, during the encounter, one bandit was neutralized and the troops successfully recovered several items, including one AK-47 rifle, two AK-47 magazines, 12 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, and one Motorola handheld radio. He also revealed that the troops in a follow-up operation arrested suspected bandits sponsor identified as Buba Alitu, aka Buba Gayu, and 4 others in Dakar village of Bali local government area of the state. He said 2 of the suspects arrested confessed to be in possession of arms, and troops conducted a search operation at the suspect's hideout at Gabatari village of Bali local government area and recovered 1 locally fabricated pistol. The Nigerian police has reaffirmed its commitment to safeguarding lives and combating crime in Borno State. This commitment was emphasized during the commissioning of the EOD training school in Maiduguri, established in partnership with the British Embassy. British delegates noted that this collaboration aims to enhance security efforts, specifically targeting explosive threats posed by terrorists in the northeast. Equipped with advanced explosive handling technology, the new training school is designed to educate and train security personnel on handling IEDs in counter-terrorism operations within impacted communities. The Borno State Police Command announced that approximately 70 personnel will undergo training to boost awareness and lead safety campaigns across the state's communities.
The issue of explosive ordnance, bombs, mines, and what have you, some of the issues that continue to bedevil Borno State and Maiduguri in particular being the epicenter of Boko Haram. And it's for that reason the Nigeria Police Force, under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetekun, PhD, saw the need to partner with critical stakeholders such as Lake Chad Support Basin Framework, UNMAS and UK8 to see to the actualization of the school. And today what we've just done is the commissioning of the EOD training school, and is the first of its kind to be established in this part of the country. And we commenced training earlier, about 2 weeks ago. Our divisional police officers were trained here, and the same thing with operational officers, that is members of the strike force.
It's improvements that we've made over the last year to this facility, the police EOD school in Maiduguri. So if you look over at the building to our left there, on top of that you'll see that we've put solar panels on there, and we also have a borehole, which has meant that the school itself has power and light provided to it and running water. And also here there is a borehole behind this building, the accommodation block. That is quite a unique concept because the school itself is relatively small. We can train maybe 30 to 50 people each time. We can accommodate up to 30 people in this block, and we can then use the classrooms and the breakout rooms there to ensure that we have the best possible learning environment.
The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service has doused a factory fire which erupted at Imperial International in the Ikeja area of Lagos. The director of the Lagos Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, made this known in a statement on Thursday. Adesheye explained that the inferno, which damaged goods including body spray, perfumes and creams among others, while partially affecting the twin warehouse block, was confined. According to her, the cause of the incident will be revealed upon completion of investigation. She added that no casualty was recorded in the incident.
Hello? Hello?
Still in Lagos, a Lagos-bound flight belonging to Air Peace experienced a bird strike shortly before takeoff in the early hours of Thursday in Abuja. The bird strike prompted a ramp return, ensuring the safety of passengers on board. A bird strike is a collision between a bird and an aircraft in flight or on a takeoff or landing roll. According to a statement by Ejike Indiolo, Air Peace's head of corporate communications, the bird strike occurred at 6:30 a.m. and all passengers normally disembarked. Nduolo said a replacement aircraft for the affected flight was deployed in order to minimize disruptions and ensure that passengers continue their journeys promptly. The statement appealed for understanding from passengers impacted by the development, as well as those on other flights that may experience delays. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Ondo State has alleged that the ruling All Progressive Congress, the APC, is engaging in tactics of intimidation and harassment against opposition leaders ahead of Saturday's governorship election. According to the PDP, the APC's actions are aimed at creating tension and compromising the forthcoming election in the state. The party has therefore called on the Independent National Electoral Commission, the INEC, to ensure that the election is fair and transparent. The PDP also warned that any attempt to intimidate opposition candidates could escalate tensions in the state.
For us to take over the government. And it's about this premise that you will see all what the ruling party have been doing. And you realize that they be jittery. And you will also see that there have been a lot of violence in a recent time, and this is what we just addressed at the press conference not quite long. The way they've been harassing our people, we've recorded some casualty, and some have been led to death.
We have challenged INEC to live above board, because for an election of this nature, it is the electoral umpire that has the yam and the knife. You know, we have also seen, like the case of Ondo, that the results that were uploaded onto the INEC portal, the IREF portal, were different from the results that were collated at the various polling units. So that also proves INEC's complicity in the Edo elections. So with all that we have seen in Edo, we have used this information to challenge INEC to ensure that they pass the integrity test in this election.
The news all over the place is that the result has been written, that they want to rig, and that they will bring talks, and we have been seeing signs. Because just before yesterday, 2 people were murdered in the local government. The home local government of our deputy governorship candidate is unpolitical, it's uncultured, it's unacceptable.
Governor Monday Okpebolo of Edo State on Thursday ordered the immediate freezing of all state-owned bank accounts until further notice. The governor has also warned commercial banks, heads of ministries, departments and agencies, the MDAs, to comply with the order immediately without any delays. This was disclosed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Fred Itua, in a statement he released on Thursday. He said Governor Okpebolo warned that anyone, including heads of MDAs and civil servants who flout the order, will be severely punished. According to Itua, the governor in the meantime has asked relevant government agencies to reverse the Ministry of Roads and Bridges to the Ministry of Works. The governor has therefore ordered relevant government agencies to implement the new order and immediately reflect the new name. The Federal Executive Council, FEC, on Thursday approved a proposed national budget of 47.9 trillion naira for the 2025 fiscal year. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, disclosed this while briefing State House correspondent after the FEC meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu on Thursday. This was part of the Medium-Term Expenditures Framework, the MTEF, for 2025 to 2027, and in line with the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2007. Accordingly, the FEC approved its submission to the National Assembly as required by the 2007 Fiscal Responsibility Act. The framework projected a gross domestic product, the GDP growth rate of 4.6%, an exchange rate of $75 to the naira, and oil production of 2.6 million barrels per day. Moving on to more stories, the Oyo State Ministry of Health has closed down 2 hospitals in Saki West local government area of the state following suspected Lassa fever outbreak. This follows a confirmation of 4 deaths by the Oyo State Rapid Response Team from the Ministry of Health, which visited the affected area in Saki following distress calls from residents on what they call mysterious deaths. The fatalities consisted of 3 males and 1 32-year-old female who was preparing for her marriage. 3 of the deceased exhibited typical symptoms of Lassa fever, including craniofacial bleeding, while the 3rd showed fatigue and self-medicated with anti-malarials and antibiotics. His conditions only prompted hospital admission when his self-treatment failed. Extensive contact tracing was conducted with particular focus on high-risk contacts who had been involved in the bathing and burial of the deceased. The hospital where all the deceased were associated was also down for the contamination. Internally displaced persons in Yanagwa, the Bayelsa state capital, have alleged that they have not felt the presence of government or other agencies' presence in the camp. According to them, since they were displaced and brought to the camp, they have not received any relief materials from either the state nor the federal government. To this end, they are calling on state government to come to their aid, and Trust TV's Friday Ebimoboye Peters tells us more on this.
Tamara Priye Bestman, a mother of 7, said she and her children have run out of food while her health is deteriorating due to lack of care. She wants the government to provide palliatives and drugs for them and others in similar situation in the camp.
Flood don't take over our house. We don't know where we want to go. Now we go come school compound, come stay. We no see food shop, nothing. Now since the morning 7, 6 years me I never shop, say me and my family. We never eat. Hungry won't kill us. May government help us, please. This matter where they talk now, everybody they hungry. This everybody where they this camp. Now hungry now with the start. May government bring food for us. Mosquito won't kill us. May the man bring medicine, everything for us. I beg government, I beg, now beg they beg you. Yeah, my body no right self now. Are they sick? All my 2 hands they pay me. My body they cite me. My daughter, this one said body they cite her because of the mosquito. So I'm gonna help us.
Others decried their inability to have a good night rest due to the severe attacks from mosquitoes. According to them, they have stayed in the camp for over a month without any palliative.
We want the government to come to our aid. Even before this time we are suffering. The country is very, very difficult. But plus this flood that is affecting us now is more difficult. So I don't even have much to say. As you can see, just look at the environment. Look at the environment. We are victims. So we are asking the government, state government, federal government, plus individuals to come to our aid. We need assistance. After now, we will go back to our various houses. We have not seen any dime from any parastatal. We have the state government, we have federal government, we have NDDCs, we have other agencies. But we are just here on our own. Look at our little children. Look at them. Even to feed for the day is a problem.
We have been here over, let me say, a month. And since that we came to this place, we have never received anything from the government. What I want to say is very simple. We seriously need assistance from the government, both NGOs and individuals. That's what we need. That is what we are facing as seriously. As you can see, look at this thing, you can see all these mosquito bites. These are the evidence. Without saying much, these are the evidence.
Some of the children in the IDP camp look unkept as the lack of provision of basic needs stares them in the face. From Yanagwa, Friday Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News.
In business, the NNPC Gas Marketing Limited, NGML, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, the NNPC Limited, has executed a gas sale and purchase agreement with Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals FZE, marking a substantial step towards bolstering Nigeria's industrial capabilities. According to a statement on Wednesday by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of NNPC, Olufemi Shoneye, the deal was agreed upon at Dangote Group's corporate headquarters in Falomo, Lagos. Signed by the Managing Director, NGML, Justin Ezeala, and the President, CEO of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. It outlines the supply of natural gas for power generation and feedstock at the Dangote Refinery in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos State. The statement said the agreement outlines the supply of 100 million standard cubic feet per day of natural gas to support power generation and serve as feedstock for the refinery located in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos State. Under the terms of the agreement, NGML will provide a firm daily supply of 50 million standard cubic feet per day with an additional 50 million standard cubic feet per day as interruptible gas over an initial 10-year period with options for renewal. The deal underscores a commitment to enhancing Nigeria's domestic gas utilization, aligning with policies set forth by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to leverage the nation's extensive gas reserves to fuel industrial growth and economic development. On the international scene, an international festival promoting peace that was due to take place in violence-prone Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has been called off for security reasons, organizers said on Thursday. The Amani Festival, which attracts international and Congolese musicians and whose name means peace in Swahili, was due to hold its 10th annual event in the city of Goma from Thursday to Sunday. Security forces in the DRC have said since 2021 been battling the M23, a large Tutsi militia that has seized large swaths of territory in the country's east. Goma, the provincial capital of North Kivu, is virtually surrounded by the armed rebellion. A ceasefire between the warring parties was signed in August, but violations have been reported in recent weeks. Festival organizers said in a statement the music and dance event, which draws tens of thousands of people, would not go ahead this year. And finally, in sports, Atlanta winger Ademola Lookman has been nominated for the 2024 Globe Soccer Awards. The organizers of the award announced the name of the nominees on X on Thursday. Lookman is nominated along top stars like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, and Erling Haaland. The 27-year-old finished 14th in the 2024 Ballon d'Or ranking and is also in the running for the CAF Men's Player of the Year. The former Leicester City striker has been in fantastic form this year for both club and country. Lookman scored 3 goals in 7 appearances for Nigeria at the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. He also scored a historic hat-trick for Atlanta in the final of the UEFA Europa League against Bayer Leverkusen. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.